Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duelist video. I can scream like that because no one's here except for my dad, and you know, he's probably up, or not, who knows, but he'll be fine. I'm not in pain. Those are not the kind of noises that Aporia made. We're going to ignore that. I do that a lot. Aporia! You need to stop, Aporia. There's no hope for you. Only despair. You know this more than anyone. You are only prolonging your pain. You know you cannot defeat me. You're kind of ticking me off, dude. I just want to kill you. I disagree. There's plenty of duel left in me. I set a card and end my turn. Must I break every piece of your spirit? Very well. And these two are friends. Right. Right. I do not understand how you would call this a friendship. But you know, sometimes your friends just go off the deep end, and you have to save them. But while they're treating you like shit, oh god, I don't even know where I was going with that. But basically, you either stop your friend or the friendship ends. Let's see if Aporia can stop Zone. Again, not happening, but it's interesting that this still occurred. It's my turn. I activate the continuous trap, empty machine. I believe that card annoyed me more than once. Because fuck your Time Lords. When I have no monsters on my field, I can summon a level 10 monster, and by dropping its attack to 0. Appear Medalon the Time Lord. You brought out your ace monster, Medalon the Time Lord. Maybe Aporia and Zone dying together will put their spirits both. Perhaps both of their spirits will finally get to rest. And they'll just be in peace because they died in the same location, roughly. We don't know what actually happens after death, but this is fiction. Zone's ace monster? It has 0 attack. That must mean it has a powerful effect. Oh. Did you learn this somewhere? I'm joking. Though maybe, but I'm not, I mean. Medalon, the Time Lord, attacks Mechlord Emperor Weisel. Okay, Mechlord Emperor versus Mechlords versus Time Lords. And Time Lords win because otherwise Yusei can't destroy the final boss. Medalon can't be destroyed, and battle damage becomes 0, but when Medalon battles, all your monsters return to your hand, and you take 300 points of damage for each monster. Shit! Ah! Aporia! It says it can't be destroyed in battle. We have to destroy it with spells or traps. No. Medalon the Time Lord can't be destroyed by those either. But you can use a card on it. Like use Book of Moon, Dimensional Prison, I think. I don't think I've ever used Dimensional Prison on a Time Lord, so I'm not sure on that one. Medalon the Time Lord has the strength of the divine. No one can destroy it. Medalon the Time Lord has the strength of the divine. Has the strength of the divine. No one can destroy it. Are you for real, dude? I probably used it as a fusion material at one point. Because I am... Your monsters are nice fusion fodder. I'm glad that you understand. Even though, obviously, that's kind of out of script. Even so, I won't lose. Not as long as I have hope. It's my turn. I'm going to be honest with you, Aporia. Hope doesn't win you duels. I'm just going to be honest with you. Hope doesn't get you wins. Although it can keep you going until you get wins. But it doesn't guarantee you a win. Just saying. Good. As long as I have this card, I can still fight. I summon Skycore. He's planning to summon Mechlord Emperor Scale. But attacking Medalon with it won't work. What are you actually planning, Aporia? It all comes down to this turn. Combine into Mechlord Emperor Scale. And by summoning your Mechlord Emperor, you've only deepened your despair. Okay, you can say that his despair has deepened, but he was apparently pulled out of it, which, you know... Actually, if you're pulled out of despair, it's pretty easy to drag someone deeper into despair because they aren't already there. But getting closer. I don't really think he's going to fall into despair just because he loses. I'm just going to put it out there. You're wrong. Because Team 5Ds gives me hope. I activate the trap. High rate draw. I don't even know what high rate draw does. All my monsters are destroyed, but I draw a card for every 2 monsters I destroyed. Okay. And that could either be good for you, or it could fuck you over. What a waste. He destroyed his own monsters. And since I used 5 cards to form Mechlord Emperor Scale, I get to draw 2 cards. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Why did you do this? The fate of this duel depends on this draw. If I get that card, there's still hope. Even for Zone. If I get that card. Okay, and then you're just going to hand it to Yusei because you're fucking incompetent. I draw. Actually, whatever that card is that he wants to draw, I don't know if you can just give it to someone that's better at playing this game. Because it's for his archetype, Yusei can't put it in his deck. Also, the fact that I think he would do that is kind of weird. I knew there was still hope. Okay, that was episode 3, right? Okay, yes, the screaming reminded me. I would like to take the time to appreciate the screaming as a reminder. Yeah, screams remind me of things now. Oh god, that sounds so awful. Good, I'm supposed to be having a villain arc. I draw. I knew there was still hope. From my hand, I activate the spell, Future Destruction. For every card in my hand, I send a card in my deck to the graveyard. The hell? What are you... How many cards are in Aporia's hand right now? He drew 2, and then he activated a card. That's 1, right? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I misunderstood something. Yes, this is necessary. Listen, I misread something. I misunderstood. My comprehension is trash. No, wait. This is a translation error. And because after this, Yusei says how many cards are left in Aporia's deck. If Leo actually means how many cards are in his hand, well, he only has 1 because he activated 1. And having 12 cards left in Aporia's deck would give him a somewhat decent chance of sending the right card to the graveyard. Will he send the right card to the graveyard? I don't know. But if the idea is to ask how many cards are left in his deck, this is a weird mistranslation. But at least I know what's supposed to... I think this is what it's supposed to say. It's easier to mess up with this text as opposed to the text after this. How many cards are in Aporia's deck right now? He has 12 cards. And 12 cards in his deck. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Hold on, He has 12 cards and 12 cards in his deck. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have 12 cards in his hand, right? Or no, that makes no sense. He probably has a pretty big graveyard. Oh my god, I don't know. You know what? Who cares? Who cares? This is just called I'm curious. We can move on. Only 12? That means his deck will be empty. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I misunderstood. Aporia does have 12 cards in his hand. I thought that was a mistranslation. That's not a mistranslation. He actually does have 12 cards in his hand. Oh my god. That means his deck will be empty. Yeah, that's right. Shit. I can't believe wow. Well, just reminding everyone that I didn't watch this duel or the last duel in the Let's move on. I destroy my own deck. Is there a point to doing this? What? What? You're destroying your deck? What, you say? This is the hope you've given me. You're basically risking everything on this single turn or you're dead. What you're doing is you're basically saying, I'm betting it all on winning this turn. I'm betting it all on winning this turn. And because your deck is about to be empty, Zone doesn't really have to do anything if you fail. It could just be like, pass. But because this is a proper story, he's not going to do that. Why is he doing this? He's supposed to destroy his opponent's deck. Yeah, I can't really answer that, and I'm 31. Not for much longer though, unfortunately. This is a strange strategy, but Aporia must be up to something. Judging by his moves so far, Aporia wanted to destroy his deck since the start of the duel. Hold on a second. Is he trying to let Yusei get... Is he trying to give Yusei a taste of Zone strategies? You know, so Yusei has a better idea of how Zone's deck works. So he's more likely to win. Does Aporia not even intend to win this? Is he intending to be a sacrifice? I don't know. I don't. He's out of cards. Zone, prepare to witness a miracle. A miracle? What? What? Dude, there are no miracles. You just emptied your deck. You're... What are you expecting is going to happen to you now? I activate the spell card Afterglow. Okay, I don't remember what that does. What does it do? I shuffle this card into my deck. And if I draw this card next turn, you take 4,000 damage. Okay. Tell the audience he's going to lose without telling the audience he's going to lose. I get it. Afterglow is the only card in his deck right now. That means he's guaranteed to draw Afterglow next turn. And when he does, Zone's life points will drop to 0. No. No, that is not happening. Aporia is going to win! No, he's not. But Aporia's field is empty. If Zone summons a monster, Aporia can't block it. Aporia can't block it, sure, but he uses Timelords. In the anime, does his Timelords have 0 attack? I'm pretty sure that would have to be the case, right? I could look this shit up instead of asking weird questions while recording. But if Zone summons a monster, while Aporia can't block it, Aporia still has a decent chance of surviving. Unless Zone summons the card with 4,000 attack. Which is probably what's going to happen. He's going to summon that card and attack directly and he wins. But Medallon's effect won't let him summon a monster. And he can't beat me because Medallon has 0 attack. Oh, you need to be careful, man. Know what you're... Dude, if this guy is your friend, but I do not know his deck very well. Dear God. That means Aporia is going to have another turn and draw Afterglow. No, it really doesn't. Aporia wins! These guys are out of their mind. They are so convinced. How can they be this convinced? I am so lost. They have no understanding of reality. Well, to be fair, Leo and Luna have an excuse. They're just young. When you're young, you do a bunch of stupid shit. Okay, if we're going to be honest here, everyone here is pretty young. I was still doing stupid shit when I was in my 20s. I would just like to be upfront. Also, I've done stupid shit even in my 30s. You guys have seen it. They're called misplays. Aporia knew Timelords couldn't be... Aporia knew that Timelords can't be destroyed. So he planned for this from the start. Oh, so he does know his friend's deck, and I'm just full of shit. Fair. I suppose Aporia and I have some things in common somehow. I end my turn. So, this is the strategy you tailored just for me. Final turn! Zone, look how far Team 5Ds has come. This team is worthy of our respect and our trust. If you believe Afterglow represents the hope you have for Team 5Ds, then there is no hope for this world. What? It's my turn. Medalon returns to my deck during my standby phase. Returns to the deck during the standby phase? Medalon's effect is now gone, so Zone can summon a monster. Due to Empty Machine's effect, I can summon a level 10 monster without tributing. Screw that card. Destroy it. But that monster's attack becomes 0. Why would he activate that effect? If he summons a monster with at least 500 attack instead, he wins. He's attacked me directly, and he's done more damage than just 500 attack. Sure, if you do 500 points of damage, you could win. But his Time Lords have attacked me, and I've lost way more life points than just 500. I'm choosing a monster with 0 attack to leave a sliver of hope for Aporia. Wow. Leave me with a sliver of hope. I will summon a second Time Lord. A second Time Lord? Medalon isn't the only Time Lord? Okay, what does Zone have that you don't... Zone really doesn't seem like your friend, considering you don't know this information. Friends know their... Honestly, friends are familiar with their friend's deck. And you're not very familiar with his deck if you're surprised that a Time Lord has... You're surprised there's more than one Time Lord. What kind of friend are you? There are actually 10 Time Lords, each wielding the power of the divine. Medalon the Time Lord is simply one of them. Up here, Laxion the Time Lord. Aporia, remember that hope is nothing but an illusion. Laxion the Time Lord attacks you directly. When it attacks, all your monsters and all cards in your graveyard are shuffled into your deck. When it attacks, all your monsters and all cards in your graveyard are shuffled into your deck. Damn! And when you draw, Laxion's effect deals you 1,000 points of damage. What? You called that a sliver of hope? The fuck? Are you insulting your friend? Listen, Zone. I may be insulting Aporia, but we were never friends. So... It makes more sense when I do it. But when you're doing it, what kind of friend are you? A terrible one. We don't need to ask questions like this. That's a weird question to ask. I end my turn. There are now 34 cards in your deck. If you draw Afterglow on your turn, I'll take 4,000 points of damage and lose. But statistically, he will no longer draw it. I mean, he could, but statistically, it is now not as likely. At first, he had a 100% chance. Now, though, he doesn't. But if you draw any other card, Vaxion's effect activates. Since you only have 500 life points, you'll lose. Let's see if you can pull off this miracle. Can you do it? Arg. What's wrong? Didn't you say that miracles can occur as long as there's hope? Where there's a sliver of hope, humans are willing to risk everything. But the odds are not in their favor, because life is cruel. Life is very cruel. You are about to learn a very painful lesson today. You may be right, but as long as there's hope, I won't stop believing in miracles. That's what I learned from Team 5Ds. I know I will draw Afterglow. Oh really? The statistics are just so low. But go ahead. Take the gamble. Come on. It's my turn! Okay everyone, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I know I padded this one quite a bit, but I'll be back for the last episode in a minute.